Okay, so I've now done some level grinding. I've got Cloud up to level 11, Barrett up to level 11, and Tifa up to level 10. And I've also managed to charge their limit breaks for the boss fight. On top of that, a couple of surprises that did occur off camera as well, which are very helpful as well. I've unlocked all 3 of their secondary level 1 limit breaks, which is very helpful as well. So we'll be putting those to good use as well. And so now we're going to save our game. Oops. While we're at it, we're going to now use that tent that I mentioned earlier. So we'll use that one now. This restores all magic and HP, for those of you that don't know. And with that, we'll proceed to the boss fight. Yeah, a trap indeed. Definitely a trap. And here's the big fat president of Shinra. So he said about Mako energy, which we will get into a little bit later on, where all shall be explained. But we'll leave it at that for now. Oh, pardon me. I do apologise if I burp down the mic. I'm currently drinking Pepsi Max and it always gives me a touch of gas, so apologies in advance everyone. Not doing it on purpose, I swear. Okay, so here's our boss fight. His name is Airbuster. He's not a particularly tough boss, minimal HP, and the best way to take him out is to launch all your most powerful attacks while he's got his back to you, since his weak spot is on his back, and he's also very vulnerable to lightning abilities and magic, so I suggest using lots of lightning attacks. So at the moment he's got his back to Barrett and Tifa, which means they're the ones that we want to launch the most powerful attacks that we have. Really I should have given Tifa Bolt, but completely forgot to do so. So he will counter-attack your attacks when you're attacking from behind, but as I said, it's the best way to do maximum damage effectively. Okay, so he's now got his back to Cloud, which means we can now use Cloud's limit break. Love the cure ability. It's a very useful spell to have, which can also be used from the inventory, which I will show you after this battle when I get the opportunity. So we'll make good use of our new limit break ability, the cross cleaver, which unfortunately is not going to do as much damage as it should have done because he's now turning his ass back around and I haven't noticed. I was too busy pressing around trying to get the right character. But it's all good. Get a bolt in there as well before he turns his ass around again. Nice. Oh, okay. So we won't need that bolt ability, it would appear. So we get a nice little bit of XP there, and also for our troubles, as a reward, we get a Titan Bangle. Such a drama queen, isn't she? Though having said that, Cloud's predicament's not exactly great right now. It doesn't really matter which one of these we go for. I'm going to take the top one. It only matters which one of those you go for if you're going after... Well, if you're playing PS4, like I am, and you're going for the trophies, a specific trophy later on require you to do certain things. I won't go into too much detail on that for now, as and when we get to it I'll explain it a bit more in detail. So at the moment we're having Cloud's having a little bit of a conversation with himself, it would appear. Possibly we're inside his head right now, maybe, not entirely sure. And so once again we're reintroduced to Ares. Now some of you might also know her as Aerith. Now the way I understand it is originally, or I say originally, her name as far as I'm aware is Ares, because that's the name that the Japanese gave her. And then when the original version of this came out over in America, she was then renamed to Aerith. And then when it came out over in the European region, which is where I am, she still had the name of Ares. So I suppose in effect you could call her by both of those names really. I don't suppose it really matters which one. They're both her name really. But that's basically the way I understand it anyway. And she's got quite a nice little hefty limit break, which is good for healing. So usually when I set her up, I normally use her as a healer slash mage. I seem to find her a lot more effective in that particular manner. No, we didn't buy any flowers from me. That's purely because I pushed the wrong button in the spur of the moment. So I do apologise for that, Ares. Wait, why am I apologising to a load of numbers and things on the screen? So that's all she is. So Ares also has her very own material which she keeps tied in her hair. Not going to say what that is for now, or what it does, but it does get put to use later on. But we're going to leave it at that for now. Okay, so we now go talk to her again. See, I like Ares, she's my favourite character. I was a bit gutted. Well, I'll leave it at that for now, actually. I won't spoil anything. Those of you that have played the game will know what I was going to say, but stopped myself just in time. So we're going to stick with the default name. You can switch it over to the American version, which is Aerith, or you can stick with the Japanese version, or hell, you can name her whatever you want, but I'm sticking with Ares. And enter the Turks, which we will learn a bit more about them later on. But for now, we're going to be making a hasty retreat in just a moment. Bodyguard work, eh? Nothing like a good old-fashioned bit of bodyguard work, I suppose. Okay, so we have a little bit of a cutscene. Well, I say cutscene here. We have a little bit of a confrontation with the Turks, let's put it that way. So as we can gather, the Turks want to take Ares into their custody, and we're basically not going to let them. Instead, we're going to make a hasty retreat out the back door. So there's that Mako word again, which I'll try to explain a bit later on when we get to it. Okay, so with this bit, we basically need to make our way to the top. And in a minute, the Turk and his men are going to be following us. Shit. Forgot I haven't sorted out Ares' material yet. But then I was hoping not to get into a fight here. So when the Turks men get involved, there are two ways in which we can deal with them. We can either choose to fight them, or we can go with the other option, which I will show you in just a moment, as soon as I get these little pests out of the way. Trying to save Ares' limit break for the time being, for when we really need it, since it's a very useful limit break to have, and it would be a shame to waste her limit break right now. Okay, so we have 3 Shinra soldiers to deal with. So as I said, option 1 is to fight them. If you want to do that, fair enough. But I should point out that Ares isn't exactly the best fighter. So we're going to go with the second option, which is above us is 4 barrels. And providing we push them off the edge in the correct order, we can stop all 3 soldiers. So once we get up there in a minute, I'll show you which barrel to push down in which order, basically. So we want to go with the hold on a minute option, and we want to make our way up to the higher up bit. And the first barrel that we want is this one at the back here. Next we'll want the barrel over this side. So we'll push this one off next. And then finally we'll want this one here. The last one you don't actually need to push, you can pretty much leave that one where it is. Here we go, there's the last one. And boom, down goes the last soldier. And so from here we just simply make our way across the beam and out through the side hole in the roof where we fell through. I'd hate to pay the damages on that hole. That's quite a nasty hole that we've left there. Okay, so we've now learnt a little bit more about the Turks. So they work for Shinra, and they've even committed murder. They basically do the president's dirty work in a sense. Okay, so we'll just work our way across. We're not gonna leave you. Okay, so we're pretty much back at the slums now. Okay, so we'll start making our way across. Of course we can save our game, but we're going to leave that for now. can get random encounters here as well, but nothing too tough. This shouldn't take long. Ooh. It's slightly stronger than I imagined. Bugger. Didn't want to use that limit break. Oh well, we can put it towards getting our next limit break. So in order to unlock each limit break, there are 4 levels in total. And the first limit break for each level you unlock by killing a certain amount of enemies. The second one you get by using said limit break a certain number of times, which it varies from character to character, and I can't remember the numbers off by heart. But I know, I think it's once you unlock Cloud's second level 1 limit break, I believe you have to kill, I think it's 60 odd enemies, maybe slightly more. And then that will unlock the first level 2 one. And then to unlock the level 3 one, it's another 60 or more enemies. And it's similar sort of numbers for the others as well. Okay, so we can pop into this shop here. So this guy here sells the materia. At the moment we pretty much got all of these ones. However, I think we'll pick up a second fire one. And we can also... is it this one? I think it's this one. We can also pick up some medical supplies here as well. I think we'll pick up a couple of tents actually while we're here, since we used up the only one we had. Oh, we can also do away with those bronze bangles that we had. We don't need those anymore. Before anyone says anything, I know I could have got rid of those in one clump. I pushed the wrong button. So we can talk to this guy. Then we can take a little walk upstairs. Now this is the first of 7 Turtle Paradise News pamphlets. Make sure you get all of these. I'll show you where they all are as I go through my guide. If you collect all 7 you will get some neat rewards at the end of it, so I do recommend getting it. And we talk to this lad here. So in this chest of drawers there is a hidden drawer, and it's got 5 gil in it. Now you can take the gil if you want to, but I'm not going to, and I suggest you don't either, for the sheer fact of, well, you'll find out later on when we get to it. I'll keep quiet for now, but trust me, you'll want to keep that gil there. It'll be worth it. Talk to the dog if you want, get barked at. And then I believe... Yep, so we've got the weapon shop here as well. We'll pick up a Titan bangle as well for Cloud, I suppose. Why not? I think we'll equip that one now, actually. And I think because she's not got anything as of yet, we'll shove that on her for now. Whoops. Wrong button. There we go. Okay. So there's a few items here we can collect, so we'll just grab them. So first of all you've got a ether, and then second of all there's the cover materia. Oh, come on, stupid camera angles. There we go. And I think we'll save our game. And I think, in fact, actually, you know what? I think we'll end the episode here, actually. So we'll pick up next time where we will go into Ares' house and we shall continue the story. So for now, thank you very much for watching. I've been Yoda123, your host, and I'll see you next time.